Mom and me decided that if we wanted to be riding style, we'd better get one of these here Hail Columbia Happy Land talking machines.
Well, hi everybody. I'm going to feature in this video probably one of the sweetest condition and nicest, prettiest cabinets that I have in my collection. This is from 1903, a Columbia Model AO. These had a very, very ornate cabinet. Again, they were introduced in 1903. I'm going to walk around here a little bit to give you an idea of just the sweet design of this cabinet. Had a nickel-plated top plate, nickel-plated reproducer, I think number 5, Columbia number 5. I could be wrong there. Nice flowers and stems decal on the side. You can see that the gears on most Columbias are exposed, and this for this model they enclosed the gears behind this plate here. I'll show you with my fat finger here. This is a plate right here that enclosed the gear train, or some of it anyway. The top works. So we'll step around to the back here. Here's the equally ornate lid. See the sun is shining in here. It's right around noontime on New Year's Day. I hope you all had a nice New Year's Eve. And we'll step around to the back here. They were just beautiful to look at. And for $30, these were $30 when they were brand new in 1903, it was quite a good value for your $30. Compare that to, say, an Edison home phonograph. You got a plain cabinet with an Edison home phonograph. You got a single spring motor. This one has a very powerful 3-spring motor, and you get a lot of benefits, extras, let's say. Lots of nice nickel plating, and a very loud playing reproducer. You get this is an original Columbia nickel horn, and I am going to try my best to step around this tripod. Okay, there we are, folks. And so we're going to walk around the other side a little bit here. But it has the nice Graphophone decal on the front. Inset, nice rope molding here, which is a real nice touch. And just not only a pleasure, excuse me, a pleasure to look at, but a pleasure to play as well. We're going to play this cylinder here in a little while. This is Jennie by Billy Murray, but we'll talk about that in a little while. We'll just step over on this side. There is the crank side. The nickel plating on this is quite nice. And that's as far as I can go this way. But the Columbia AO, this one is 275347. You can see the plate there. And when we come back, I'm going to play the Columbia AO, Model AO for my collection. We're going to play, as I mentioned earlier, Jennie by Billy Murray. What I wanted to mention about this particular cylinder, this is of course an Albany Indestructible from Albany, New York. These were wonderful playing cylinders. But this one here breaks a tradition, or let's say it's a departure from the normal Billy Murray comedy cylinders. You know, a lot of his cylinders, a lot of his recordings, Billy Murray that is, are they're comedy. You know, kind of like Bob Roberts type stuff. You know, Billy Murray was very well known for his comic stuff, but this particular cylinder is more of a traditional song about a girl that he loves named Jennie. And so nothing really comedy about this particular cylinder, and I thought I would feature it. Okay, so when we come back, we're going to play the Columbia AO from 1903. This particular, I just want to mention one other thing with your patience, appreciated. This particular Columbia AO was the early fancy cabinet style, and this was only made for about 1 year. In 1904 they changed to a more a planar cabinet. It was a serpentine cabinet. By serpentine I mean the corners curved out a little bit, but gone was all of this fancy gingerbread type stuff. You know, the inset no longer, well, it was there, but you don't, in the later cabinet in 1904, the nice rope molding was gone. These nice fluted pillars was gone. This interesting aspect here was gone. You know, so in 1904, apparently the powers that be at Columbia Graphophone said, okay, no more of the fancy cabinet for the Columbia AO. It was probably, you know, considerably more expensive to make this fancy cabinet than it was the later one that came out in 1904. But any model of the Columbia AO is very, very difficult to find. I was very pleased to find this one. Okay, folks, so we'll see you in a few, and we're going to play Jennie by Billy Murray. Thanks. Hi, folks, we're back with the Columbia AO, and I've loaded or mounted the cylinder by Billy Murray, the indestructible, Albany indestructible 2-minute cylinder Jennie. And here we go. I hope you enjoy it, and as always, thanks for stopping in, folks. Let's see, it would help if I turned it on first. One of the things that I wanted to mention about this Columbia AO that was a departure, or let's say an innovation for 1903, let me shut this off, folks, was the drop frame. And by drop frame, most Columbia's graphophones at this time, cylinder graphophones of course, the carriage tube here was lower than the mandrel, okay, this assembly here, and so the reproducer had to be at an angle like this as it played, whereas the Columbia AO, the innovation was to create a drop frame, and by that they dropped the height of the mandrel here, so it's lower than, you can see it better from this angle. You can see that the mandrel is, so the spinning record is lower than the carriage. So when the stylus, or the reproducer if you will, is lowered, you get the full weight of the reproducer onto the cylinder record, and therefore the more weight on the grooves, the louder the cylinder. This particular model had some wonderful innovations, enhancements if you will, and but sadly this particular model, the AO Columbia, is very, very difficult to find today. I've searched for many, many years before I found one in a fancy case, and this one came from a long ways away, you know, so didn't come from my area. I had to travel for it. So anyway, thanks so much for stopping in, folks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.